Here, better investing, better trading. Today is Wednesday, February 12th. Let's go right into the markets. Let's just talk about what happened today and what we have on the market for tomorrow. Kind of make this quick. Look, not really looking to be here too long. I won't be around tomorrow. I'll have to actually work tomorrow, should you say? But all right, let's kind of discuss, what we're seeing in the markets, just overall. All right, so today, let's kind of go over like what's tomorrow. Let's look at that as well. What do we have for tomorrow? Tomorrow we got more numbers coming in: continuous job claims, core PPI, month over month, core PPI year over year, initial job claims. It's really about it. Then you got some auction shit, 30-year bond auction at 1. Yeah, so I mean, probably some more action. All right, so today market gap down once again, but again, within this kangaroo market that we're having, what we seen is, they brought it up. Pretty good buy up location, I think. If you were, thinking bullish, I'm more of an intraday trader, but if you had a daily chart perspective, you're probably looking here at this hold of the 50-day, and that's exactly kind of like what happened. We pretty much brought the lows, and that was pretty much the end of it. Not too sure if you can see right here, but like the 50 was sitting right around here, around 598.65. Right, we kind of tapped that in pre-market, and then we also kind of tapped that area right at the market open, and that kind of presented an opportunity, for like your intraday traders. Okay, we got a hammer right at the open. Perhaps you want to get long here, stop here using that 5-minute candle, all right, for continuation. We never got back up to where we kind of sold off at in terms of like, the CPI print. But relatively, the market did hold up throughout the most of the day. If we look here on like a 5-minute chart again, probably presented a couple good opportunities. This little undercut of the VWAP here, right? You probably can buy this candle here, stop here, targets the previous highs up here. It's a good risk to reward, intraday. I think for me, I got in something around like 11 o'clock, right around here. I was able to take this down. Got a good move overall, and I made some good coins. Left some runners at a break-even stop, and I want to say it wicked me out, like literally, like probably this candle here wicked me out. So I wasn't able to catch this tired move down here, but not too bad in terms of what we've seen. Let's go look at the 65-minute real fast. 65-minute. Again, I mean, nothing has really changed from a chart perspective. Like, right, we haven't broke out and broken any of these previous pivot areas that I would say. So I can pull up my pivots real fast. Right, here's our pivots from the 65-minute. Right, we haven't really shown anything like we haven't really broke these all-time highs. Right, we haven't even broke this previous pivot up here. Pretty much, we gapped down, held the 50. Right, these times where we held the 50 here as well, and we didn't even finish, at the prior day close. So, positive for the market, but still not out of the woodworks. Kangaroo market is kind of what I like to call it. All right, looking here at QQQ real fast. QQQ. Now, it didn't pull back into the 50 truly, but again, another one of those situations where it gapped down, reclaimed the EMA 20, and right closed above. I mean, you can kind of see like this kind of a pattern where it's kind of like, defending these lows here, right? Kind of establishing these higher lows. So the question is like, is this trend line really going to prevail, and do we get another higher low somewhere in this time frame for a QQQ to start breaking out, or do we just start breaking out now? I'll be a little cautionary if we did start breaking out right now, because those would probably be opportunities to probably sell back into these previous locations. And again, here's your FMOC high. All right, we haven't broken that yet on QQQ, so I'll be a little wary of a breakout coming back into this spot right here, just looking at it from this perspective, right? So if we start to break out, you look left, well, you have this area, where we kind of sold off at. Market hasn't really shown strength to kind of overtake that particular level. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know if there was anything else. I did close my Oxy today. Got 12% on my leaps. Kind of ran into the 50 right here. and I took it off as we kind of broke the prior day's lows. Took that off. Same thing with CLF. No continuation on this. So I ended up taking this off yesterday, closer to like my entry. Probably made like 20 cents on a pop, but this kind of breakdown, it's not really there. I probably should have sold some here, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. All right, let's go look at some particular trades, or let's look at some charts real fast. Not really going to be here for a long time. Tesla. When you get a big day like this, down $22, you can expect the inside day, and that's exactly what we got. Probably give you an opportunity to probably sell this inside day right here near the yesterday's open. So what I would like to do is all right, we have a spot, we have a location, and let's look for a setup. All right, so let's go to a 5-minute chart real fast. Where could you have potentially a look to probably take a short? Nothing really came about, honestly, until we pressed into that level. You can kind of see the wicks, really firing off up here, right? Showing you the price action not relatively as strong up here. And then, right here when we kind of break below the EMA 20 on the 5-minute, you could probably got short here. This is a pretty fucking big move. God damn, Tesla really did sell off that entire move. Well, it didn't sell off this entire move, but that was a pretty good, ending of the day on Tesla there if you were watching it. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't. I think the one thing I do want to mention, and it's something I brought up in my chat, I think it's really important to, understand your trading style and what works for you, because a lot of people get kind of caught up in saying, "Oh, my trading style is better than yours," or "Oh, you need to do this." People who trade this way don't really see, positive numbers, and I totally think opposite of that, because, no matter what type of trader you are, right? No matter if you are a swing trader, a scalper, a momentum trader, a news trader, position trader. I didn't witness all of these traders types, face challenges. Like, for example, right, if you were a momentum trader and you say, I'm going to buy this here on this breakout, right, we're breaking prior days open, right, and then you just saw that reversal, right, as a momentum trader. If you were, a scalper, for example, and you're looking for continuation, you just got a sudden spike in volatility, right? If you are a swing trader, there's been times where swing traders wake up to unexpected gap ups and gap downs. There's been news traders that could misinterpret reactions or what the news actually is, and the market dumps it off, or if you are in puts, the market pumps it. You can see position traders, right, trying to position into a trade, and it literally does nothing, and they end up being bag holders or long-term investors. I guess what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, the real edge comes down to understanding your particular strategy and your particular strategy. What are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, and knowing when you should be pressing it and knowing when you should be stepping the hell back, right? There's no magic formula to trading, right? It's all about execution, mindset, your psychology, and recognizing when the market condition is presentable and feasible for the type of approach you like to trade, right? For me, I fall into that momentum scalper trade, right? That's me. Why? My time commitment to the market is a little different than others. I can't look at the market all day, right? I'm in a lot of meetings. I actually have a full-time job. I actually have a part-time job, right? So if I'm looking to capture moves, I'm looking for those moves to be relatively quick, because I don't want to sit here and try to manage it the entire day, right? If I got some runners, it's a little easier. Someone else who can sit here and watch the market all day, right? They can position themselves to be swing trader. They can position themselves to wait for news. That's not the way I work. So end of the day, I just wanted to say that because I think that's relatively important for those that are, looking to understand how trading works. And the thing with I would say with FinTwit, FinTwit, Twitter users, X users, everyone's always fucking pressing their thesis or their style of strategy, saying this is the golden egg, or this is the this is the holy grail for trading. And honestly, after trading for so many years and going through different type of trading approaches, I can honestly say it doesn't matter what type of trader you are. It really comes down to what I mentioned before. So I'll just leave it there. But I did want to get that out the way. What's else out here in terms of what I'm watching? Again, still nothing really yet that I'm like truly watching. Goddamn, this BABAY. This is pretty good. Goddamn, still went up. Nothing that I'm really like honing in on. I mean, this is a spot that I'm thinking about with this power industry, but I'm already in VST, so I'm not sure if I need to get any more exposure here. But you can kind of see this previous breakout spot, and you kind of have this confluence spot right here at the 200. I think what you'll look for maybe like tomorrow, and I won't be around, but if we can push over this level, right, you can kind of use the bottom of this base as your stop and look for a move back higher. I mean, that's a $10 move, so you maybe buy 10 shares, maybe you buy 5 shares, right? Whatever fits your trading account size, all you can do is put yourself in position to win, right? Earnings is out the way. This is probably an ideal spot for a long, is what I'm thinking, and I'll probably see if I can get in this tomorrow, even though I'll be at work. Grab a couple shares and put a stop in, and see what happens. But yeah, that's about it. China stocks, literally ripping tits. SE. Now this looks like it's going higher. I don't really see anything here that's stopping this, but sometimes what happens with stocks is they kind of get a little bit, a little long in the tooth, and you can kind of get violent pullbacks. As everyone starts to bail for the exit. Same thing with like this Alibaba. I'm thinking here, looking here at the weekly chart real fast. I think the level really probably to watch is, you can kind of clearly see it, is probably somewhere up in here, up in this pocket, right up in here. Right. You can probably see some sort of reaction up in here, and if that wants to roll back over, I might be looking to take that down. If it happens tomorrow, probably not. Let's go look at some different trades real fast. We'll go look at some stuff that had earnings. You have App Loving, stock literally just ripping tits, up here at 488 now, 486. Big move off of earnings. That looks pretty positive reaction. Some people try to take this short and they end up getting smoked. I don't really see now what we got to do is put this on our radar for some sort of like earnings reaction type of play. Like, I'm looking here, and I know this is very hindsight, but right, you have the earnings reaction right here. Now, did it really fire off right here? Some people will say yes, but considering the violent drop here, I might not be too accepting of taking that trade. But maybe here at the 50, then the gap up right here at 120, maybe you could put a stop below 307. But again, this is very hindsight. I think it's easy to see price action after it occurs. So I'll just leave that there. This confluence, I think you heard me talk about this before. I kind of had this all annotated out. I just took it off. But this is a pretty big move up. Really positive earnings. I'm assuming 25% today. With the gap up, pretty positive. Fastly, it looks like it's dumping all 21%. It's probably going back down to maybe this $5 range, and I'll probably look to buy it again. I did buy down here back in, I want to say in early, August. I got this back here. I just bought the fucking dip. I want to say, I was like all-time lows. I thought it was fairly cheap. Said, I'll buy 500. I mean, I'll put $500 in it, see what happens. And I sold up here that CPI day right here at like $11. I mean, it could have been a situation where I just sold half and I can still hold out, but I can always get back in. Robinhood. If you ever heard me talk about Robinhood, this is a pretty big move. Just looking here at this monthly chart, just kind of tells the story. You can see the base that it built out in that retest here. The low here was $13.98. Right, they bought it right back up, and this is ripping. Looking like it's going to go to all-time highs and probably higher. I mean, you got to think, interactive broker trades around like 180. I want to say they probably have just the amount of users, or maybe more. I'm not too sure, but a lot of people use Robinhood still. Unfortunately, I do not. I'm just not a big fan of their order fills and what happened with the AMC shit. Kind of lost respect with them. We got here is TDD. This is Trade Desk, gapping down. Looks like again off of earnings. It does have a little gap fill here. I don't really see anything to do here. All right, let's go look at some of the stocks I was thinking about short end and which ones actually turned out pretty positive. This car was pretty good. I got a nice little move on this. Um, I had the 85s, I want to say, and I had the weeklies. I was like, fuck it. Now the spreads on these is wild, so I only had one contract, but I got a nice little move and I took it off. I just felt like this pattern was pretty presentable to kind of take it short. So I got it in literally like probably I want to say like right at the open. I mean, it could have been right at the open, but somewhere around here, around 85 or right down here. Maybe this 5 minute RB. Cause I think these contracts take a little while to open up for some fucking reason. But I was able to kind of get in there, got a nice move down. I think my average is like 270 on those contracts. What else? Anything else worked out? This Biogen, I've been talking about this. I did not take this. Honestly, I was thinking about actually taking like, a weekly contract, like playing the earnings move. But, this actually transpired out. Again, I think with this stock, it's just continuously been working, right? Like I've marked out the areas where it's literally flat bottom breakdown, flag into the EMA's breakdown, all right, flat bottom breakdown, flag into the EMA's breakdown, flag into the EMA's breakdown, flat bottom breakdown. Wish I would have had a little more conviction with probably actually taking that. The win, this actually worked as well. I think if you were going to get in, you probably take it as it breaks here with a stop high a day. This actually worked out. I would have probably been out today considering how it closed. But at the end of the day, it was still not too bad. I'm not too sure if you would have made too much coins, but not bad. Looking here, Rocket Lab. I am still watching this, and I am still watching what happens here at this 50. I wonder if this 50, if it wants to cut this 50, right, and it starts to really show its hand. If this starts to really pull back a little more violently. But I think this one is probably going to be market dependent. So I wouldn't be looking to take this if you do see the market being a little strong. I think it's probably something you take with the market going down, because if this is going down, the market's probably going up. People are probably going to be looking to buy dips, and this spot right here at the 50 will probably be an interesting spot to watch, because you have the confluence of this trend line here off this earnings gap up, and it looks like this is a confluence of this support from this trend line along with this moving average support. So yeah, I'll just leave it there for right now. I don't really have any big ideas as of right now. I'm really taking shit day by day. Go look at the 10-year real fast. 10-year after CPI, right, popped up again. I mean, this is still ripping higher, and I think this is still a headline or have headwinds or tailwinds or even whatever word I need to say on the market, because it still is trending higher. Same thing with the 2-year is still trending higher. Now the thing is, today I want to say the Dixie didn't make a new high, but we kind of have like this. It's still going higher. Trend hasn't broken is what I'm trying to really get at. Anything else out there? Really, not necessarily. Not too much. I'm really watching or really looking for. I'm just looking through my kind of my overall watch list. This UNH is still something I'm watching. Humana had a kind of a nasty earnings reaction, and but it is kind of putting in a higher low if you kind of think about it. I know I have bought this back in down here like at 209. It's kind of playing like a little reversal, but this is actually not a bad trend line to watch to see what happens here. But yeah, anything else? So back to UNH. So UNH kind of like is what I'm looking at to see. It's already kind of breaking, but I need to probably already been in. Like it's a $12 move or so, probably more. But But I mean, this is I think I mentioned this earlier. I said maybe this is the bottom, but has a lot of space to make a lower high. Um, yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't really traded that much to kind of be comfortable speaking to it. Let's keep going through here. A lab. So interesting thing is that we have seen weakness still in the semis, and I want to say if we go look at SMH, even though it did prop up, it did sell off. I want to say, okay, it did defend the 200 one again, yet again, right? It's been undercutting these 200 and just holding. I think it's probably better to look at this on a weekly. You kind of see weekly here, just literally just chop for the most part. So let's go look back at Nvidia. So Nvidia, we talked about 130 being a solid spot. I played this early in the morning. I sold a little too early, but I was able to get a move. So you're gonna see the move that I'm talking about on Nvidia was literally, and again, I'm using a 2 minute early in the morning. You look here, right here in the early in the morning. I took this RB to the upside, right? And the reason why is because like look where we pulled back into. I felt like that was a good spot to probably kind of take this to the upside. Right here at this 130 location, right? Buyer stepped in at 129, right? I'm taking this, firing it right over it, right? I got a nice little move, but I probably should have held a little bit longer because I think I got in around $2.30 on the 31s. And I sold around 265, and I think these got up to like 310 all the way up in here. So I probably could have held that a little bit longer. But again, being a scalper, being a momentum trader, being a day trader, I'm selling and collecting profits. That's the name of the game. So that was really interesting to see. But yeah, so again, I think the thing that I mentioned here on the video was that the verticality into the 200 or into this 50 spot was a little concerning here, right? Very no pullbacks, really just gapping up all the way back into the 50 day. So really kind of want to see what happens here again at the 130 spot. Really, if we kind of break and close back below 130, probably can take a trade, but and probably below right here like 129.10. Right, this can probably have a little more room down, but if we do want to hold 130, right? You want to see if are people going to be positioning into earnings next week, right? You can probably see this thing move a little bit higher as they position it into next week for Nvidia's earnings. So you can kind of play that both ways. I feel like it all depends on your preference. Let's go take a look at some of these smaller stocks that I've looked at before. Have you ever heard me? I said I'm a little less. I'm trying to get a word. I'm trying to say I'm not really having conviction in taking these small cap stocks that don't have any fucking earnings, and it's because like we don't watch them kind of throw out a bunch of like share offerings. So I've just been a little bit caution with taking some of these very very small cap stocks for the most part. Like here's another example on this DOMH. This thing did this, right, and then it gapped down and did this. And that's the thing when you're taking these small caps that don't have any earnings and pretty much used to be penny stocks. You gotta be very, very, very careful and very, very fast to cut your losses. PRCH, I am thinking about probably getting into this. They do have earnings, and it's one of those stocks where just don't really make a lot of money. Go check their financials real fast again. 300 in debt, 200 in cash. Go check. What I like to look for, people. All right, we look for revenue increasing revenue annually, and then we look at net income, right? Net income, right? Look like they're turning the tables in terms of perhaps making some money, but not all the way there yet. Next thing I like to look at is on the balance sheet. I look at book value just to get a sense of what's going on. I look at total assets or liabilities, and you look at cash flow, right? Negative cash flow, not really feeling that. This is a situation where if you do get a spike, it could dilute with share offerings. Now, next thing we look at is net margins. Margins are improving, 12%, 12%. Let's go back to the annual. That's what matters for quarterly. So margins annually, right, turn positive from minus 74, 55, 56, 30, positive, right? So I mean, not too bad of a story. Not too bad of a story even from a debt to asset ratio. In terms of go back here and look at their balance sheet. Assets over liabilities. More liabilities than assets, but it's just not too bad. Not too bad. Negative like total equity, not too bad. But yeah, I think I'd rather still wait for this to break six. Take this as a momentum trade. Um, and it may come on earnings, but I don't think I want to position myself in this before earnings. RSKD. I think I'm watching this still. I haven't looked at it in a while. You kind of got this bigger base perspective on this. I feel like the level to really watch is over 665, 670 or whatever. You can kind of see the kind of the base it's been building for quite some time. Um, I just kind of throw this out here. It's not the yeah, it's not pretty bad. It's not pretty bad, right? You kind of see that base, right? Literally been trading between 6 and like 340 for quite some time now. And the question is, does this really want to rip out of here and start to go higher? I think I could probably tighten this up just a little bit, right? Right around like 670. Let's go here and look at their money real fast. It's not a bad stock. $28 million in debt. $386 in cash. That's the type of numbers I like. Let's go here and look at income statement. Let's go back to the annual. First thing we look at is revenue. Revenue has been increasing year over year, 13-14%. Now we look at net income, and this is where we try to figure out, like, okay, they're not making money, but they're getting closer to profitability. Now the question is, does this next earning turn them into profitability? Just don't know yet. Next thing we want to look at, balance sheet, right? Okay, book value around 275. This trades at 5.7. So this trading around like 2 times, it's book value. And you look at cash flow, $35 million in cash flow annually. Not the best amount of cash flow. This is one of the situations, if it does get a pop, it could turn into a situation where they dilute. So it's got to be mindful of that. Net margins, yeah, you kind of see the margins here. So, financially wise, not really digging the picture here. Sales wise, 3 times the sales is not bad, but yeah, I rather wait and see the reaction here on the earnings. I think the earnings comes out next Tuesday. I'd rather play the earnings reaction, see what happens with the numbers as well, see how positive the market kind of digests that information. Anything else? Let's go take a look at Ring Central. This is another one I've been looking at. This one is kind of like, you can say, been in a base. You can kind of see the base here as well. Still perking up. Earnings is coming up. Earnings is coming up as well. Again, another one. I think I already looked at this one. I'm really not feeling the story here in terms of like their financial statement. So, not something I really care about. Let me check out this stock. What is this stock doing? It's been fading all. This is a turd. I think I'm gonna stop even looking at this until like bigger picture. Let me see. Let's go bigger picture. Yeah, I wouldn't be interested in this stock right now. It's been a turd. I've been watching it for quite some time, and every time I thought it was going to set up, it hasn't done anything. I haven't traded it, but I've been watching it. Like, just hasn't really done anything that you expect it to do. So my alert did go off on this. This isn't a bad spot to see if this shit wants to squeeze it in. I mean, this is literally a penny stock. But the alert that I had set was right here from this power candle. Right, this is the big reaction spot. You can kind of see it tap right into there and held. I wouldn't mind messing around with this if this wants to go again. Having to stop under there, right? Maybe risking 40 cents, right? This thing done moved to $5-6. Who knows what kind of news that they can come back out with. Let's go check some news. What were some of the news headlines? All right, there you go. All right, direct offering comes out January 8th. That's literally the day. That's the next day. And that's what I'm saying. Like, those stocks that don't have no money, that's the type of move you get. So, yeah, not too sure. They're already diluting and dumping on people. So, You gotta be careful there. Um, Damn, man, I thought this wasn't a bad setup. I want to see like right around here. I think I took it here for this move back up, but nothing occurred. And I got stopped out. And this is why you stop out, right? I'm not going to backhold and be back down on $1.17. I'm hoping it comes back. It's a trade. It's not an investment. If it's an investment, I don't mind it going down. I want it to go down because if I like it at 30, I like it even more. So like one of my bigger convictions and something they have earnings, and I'm looking for the dump. I want the dump to occur because I want to accumulate more shares here, and that's on Moderna. I think this is something where it could probably dump and base for maybe, I don't know, a year or two. I would buy this all the way down, and position myself to say, okay, I am okay with what I'm willing to risk here because I think that this will turn around due to what they have in the pipeline and due to just on my investment thesis. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what happens when you want to be an individual investor and you have an idea and a thesis, right? Could this go back all the way to $11? At this point, it fucking looks like it, to be honest. But I'm accumulating shares to kind of keep my cost basis near the price while not overstanding how much of my portfolio is within the stock. So I'm not buying 500 shares here, 500 shares here. I'm taking little picks, 3 shares here, 5 shares here, right? That's how I position myself into my investments. I don't just dump all my money at once. Yeah, that's about it. I'm still in this grab. I'm looking for this to play out. I'm trying to trade this based off this monthly chart. Right, this looks like a breakout from this monthly chart. You can kind of see the flag. They have their earnings coming up next. I don't know when the fuck their earnings is. Probably next week. When is their earnings? On the 20th of next week. I think if this can have a positive reaction and considering like what's going on with some of the China stocks, this could possibly go higher. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I am still in this Oscar. This is more of a long-term trade. A long-term investment I'm trying to think of. I welcome a push below this level. I'm not too sure how long I do want to hold this. I'm not really gonna give this too much space. I'll probably look to maybe add around here around like $11. I know that's like where I hit at in the pre-market. Right. I do have space in my account to add there to kind of see what happens. But if shit hits the fan, I'm not taking this down 50%. So I think I want to say I'm like half sized in right now. I probably got one more lot of to buy, and then I'll see what happens. And the reason why I say that because like I bought WBA at 25, and I think what happened with that was one where I kind of positioned myself a little too aggressively, and I didn't have enough space in my portfolio that I was willing to keep buying WBA based on how much I bought the first time. I base my position size. I base my position size for investments based off of like allocations, like based on my account size. So that was one I probably mismanaged, but I've done dollar cost average into PayPal as it dipped lower. PAPL I think it is. Right, I kind of I dollar cost into this, kept my average relatively close down here as we kind of sold off. I want to say it was selling off here, and I kind of positioned myself to buy into this. Right, kept my cost basis around like $56, $58, and then we had that sudden spike. No, this was probably back here. I was buying these dips, not buying these highs, but like as it dipped closer, I like that price. I'm gonna buy. I like this price, and I kept my price around like 55, 56. I got a spike and I sold, and I'm fine with that. Sometimes that's your investing style. Whatever you want to do. Wasn't too sure if I wanted to hold this long term, but probably get a little too long in the tooth here talking about shit that doesn't matter. Last thing I would talk about is this DXYZ. I do want to watch this. I don't even think you need a lot of shares. This better not be. I don't even think you need a lot of shares to really play this. But what you have here is a big reaction from, it pretty much consolidating for like from May all the way through October. And we got this big move up, pull back right into this location. And I'm thinking like, yo, you could take 20 shares, right? Take 20 shares, right? And if this is perhaps the bottom, you're in at 49. Your stops right here, 20 shares, right? 20 times 3, what's that? 60 bucks, right? This can get back up to here, this previous swing, right? 20 shares times 18, you're looking at about 400 bucks. I'm a little bit off of my math, but round up to 20. That's about 400 bucks, risking 60 bucks. I mean, this is one of those ones I'm wondering, should I try to take a stab at, but I want to see how it works. I do like this weekly chart here. I like this pullback. I love the pullback on relatively low volume. And I think if this starts to look hot, buyers will get back into it. And right, this can be maybe back up to 100. So this is one I'm definitely going to be focusing on this next couple of weeks. But that's all here. Peace. God bless.